Coming up for you next, one of our firm favourites here at Zomcom. He's been in with us from the very beginning. He's always very, very supportive, and he's just over there. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one, the only, Jonathan Collins!
Shake it all about, you do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, you put your right arm in, your right arm out, in, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. And that's what it's all about. Oh, you put your left leg in, your left leg out, in, out, you shake it all about. Hey, you do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, you put your right leg in, your right leg out, in, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, you put your whole self in, your whole self out, in, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. Our bad instructions for giving a prostate examination. So good evening, yes. So there's an Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman, right? They're going to a pub having a friendly drink. When the Englishman, right, the Englishman, he does something so stereotypically English, like the most English thing you can think of, like so English, right? That if you were to do it in front of the Queen, even she'd go, holy fuck, that's English! But it was so English that the Irishman and the Scotsman pissed themselves laughing. Oh, aren't very cultural differences between us people of the British Isles hilarious, they seem to say. And in turn, the Irishman, right, did something so stereotypically English that the Englishman got really pissed off and picked up the Irishman by his collar and said in a low raspy voice, "There can be only one," and threw the Irishman on the floor and pulled out his scalpel and slowly begins to dissect the Irishman alive. The Irishman's screams of pain and horror being brutally cut short as the maniacally laughing Englishman severed his larynx, raising his internal organs to his mouth, blood and guts dripping down his face and shirt, before taking the remains of the Irishman out to a sacrificial garden to sacrifice him to the pagan gods of England for the glory of our wondrous nation, when the Scotsman did something so stereotypically Scottish. And before the Englishman could laugh and go, oh, aren't very cultural differences between us people of the British Isles hilarious, who's just come in through the door but a Welshman? Oh, classic. He proceeded to blow up the entire place because he was actually a member of an undercover terrorist organisation who was against the production and manufacturing of predictable stereotype-based formulaic jokes. So, thank you. So to say, the old ones are the best, right? Read that one in the Christmas cracker. So yes, doctor, my lungs are full of vaginas. Ha, bet you're drowning in the pussy. Now, so good evening, my name's Jonathan Collins. Give us a cheer if you like cock. Give us a cheer if you like pussy. Give us a cheer if you like both. Give us a cheer if you like neither. Give us a cheer if you like cock, even if it's on someone who was originally born with a vagina. Give us a cheer if you like vagina, even if that vagina wasn't initially a penis. Hey, give us a cheer if you like pizza. Wins every time. Every single time. Because pizza is unanimously better than sex, isn't it? It's a scientific fact that pizza is better than sex. But why don't we combine the two things, I hear you ask? Ah, well, some people do, don't they? Yeah, some people like using food in the bedroom. I'm not one of those people. I've tried. But it turns out I'm the kind of person that when there is food within reach, while I'm engaging in sexual activities, I become far too distracted by the food to actually initiate any of the standard protocols necessary for sexual intercourse. Basically what I'm saying is, if I could fuck pizza, I would deal with it. So yeah, good evening. My name's Jonathan Collins. I am bisexual. Most LGBT comedians will have a hilarious coming out story, but I don't, because I never really came out to my parents as such. I was lucky enough to be raised in such a supportive household that I didn't even realise that homophobia was even a thing until 3 years after I'd already realised I was bisexual. And by the time everyone knows you're bisexual, you can't really go back in the closet. Everyone already knows it. But I admit I was quite lucky to have been raised in such a supportive household, but I've never got this whole idea about coming out to your parents, because I don't know about you, but when I picture someone coming out to their parents, I picture a scene like mum, dad, something really important I've got to say. It's not going to be easy for me, but I'm just going to do it. Rather than putting my penis into women's vaginas for sexual pleasure, I prefer to put it into other men's bottoms. Or for them to put their penis in my bottom, I'm flexible. But that really is the only way that your son, is able to achieve orgasm, is by having lots of hot kinky sex with other men. At which point the parents go, oh I see, yes, right, thank you for telling us, but we are actually eating at the moment. If I had kids, them that I don't mind who or what they do with their penis and or vagina, as long as everyone involved is consensual and it's not so loud that it's drowning out the Antiques Roadshow. But I just find it weird that if you're anything other than straight, you're expected to tell your parents essentially how you like to have sex. I mean, does no one else find that weird? You don't get with any other kinks or fetishes, do you? You don't get someone coming home from school going, Mum, Dad, and there's something that you really need to know. I'm massively into water sports. And I'm not talking about Tom Daly diving. Oh, no. I'm talking about Tom Daly getting his cock out and pissing in my mouth. Like, if I had a son and he told me he was gay, I would not know what to do with that information. I'd be like, what, you're gay? Okay, why are you telling me this? I mean, I'm not going to fuck you. What do you want me to do with that? Valentine's Day was last week. We all have a good Valentine's Day? Yeah, of course fucking not, you're here. Valentine's Day, a day for new couples to explore their deep-seated romantic side and to shower each other with love and gifts. A day for old couples to reminisce on their happier times and wonder where on earth it all went wrong. A day for single people to do the same thing they do every single night and cry and masturbate themselves to sleep. And a day for Christians to remember the holy anniversary of the day when Jesus got to first base for our sins. But for me, I think Valentine's Day is a load of bollocks, and that's partly because I just don't like the idea of relationships. I'm not enforcing this opinion on you. You can have whatever you can have whatever opinion you desire. But just personally, I don't like relationships, or at least not the cliche ideals of relationship that everyone seems to expect nowadays. And personally, I blame fairy tales. I do, because from a young age, we have this idealistic cock of happily ever after shoved down our throat, and are made to swallow the semen of false promises and unattainable happiness. Like every single fairy tale ever goes something along the lines of boy meets girl, boy and girl fall in love. Oh no, boy and girl can't be together. Boy and girl can be together now, and they get married and they live happily, indefinitely from that point onwards, and never face another single struggle in their life because true love conquers everything. What fucking bollocks? Why are we allowed to tell people that lie? I mean, if there was just one fairy tale with a realistic ending, I would be happy. If there was one fairy tale which ended, and so the prince married the princess, and they all lived mostly happily from that point onwards. Except, of course, for the huge amount of debt they were in due to all the money they had to borrow for the wedding, because, you know, getting married on the back of a fucking unicorn in the sky is pretty darn expensive. And as neither the prince nor the princess have any formal qualifications or work experience, neither of them could find a job, so they're forced to live off of benefits in their one-bedroom flat with their 27 children, and doing nothing all day every day except sitting in front of the television watching Jeremy Kyle. Except for the weekends, of course, when the princess goes out to Wetherspoons to get absolutely smashed and try and forget the shithole of her life has now become, while the prince goes off and has an affair with Mrs. Perkins who runs a grocery store. All of this eventually leading to a massive breakdown in marriage and an argument causing to a long costly divorce process. Basically leaving the family poverty-stricken, causing the kids to grow up malnourished and underdeveloped, and basically making their lives a complete living hell, until they turn to alcoholism and recreational drug use, and they don't quite care as much ever after. And until they die about a decade later due to contracting AIDS from a used heroin needle. You tell that to your fucking children, and I guarantee relationship satisfaction rates will go through the fucking roof. You can call me a cynical bastard, but these are the reasons why I don't really conform to the modern monogamous relationships. And yeah, you could call me a slut, and you'd be right. I am a pretty massive slut. I'm not a stud though, and there is a distinction between the two. It's not a gendered thing, one of them isn't more negative than the other ones. The difference is that a stud is someone that likes having sex with lots of people and is good at pulling. Now a slut has the same mentality as a stud, but not necessarily the verbal prowess or physical appearance to actually put it into practice. Basically, a stud will go out attempting to get laid, whereas a slut just dresses as provocatively as possible and hopes for the best, which is basically what I do. But basically, a slut is an underqualified stud, an apprentice stud, if you will. Because I can't pull to save my life. Well, actually, no, it's a bit of a lie. I can't pull women to save my life. But I'm a fucking pro at pulling men. But not gay men, funnily enough, not even bisexual men, but bi-curious men. I am a bi-curious man stream, a man that dresses up as a woman. So if they decide halfway through that they're not in fact attracted to men, they can pretend that I am in fact a woman. And you can always spot bi-curious men, by the way, because they have this catchphrase, which is, I'm not gay. And you're just like, okay, all I said was hi. Like, I had made no assumption about your sexual preferences up until this point. And it doesn't matter how far you get with a bi-curious man, by the way, they will always feel the need to constantly reaffirm the heterosexuality. I'm not gay or anything, I don't want you to think I'm gay or anything, I'm not gay or anything, not to say wrong with being gay, but it's absolutely fine. If you want to be gay, that's absolutely fine. Personally, I've never been appealed towards that lifestyle. I'm 100% attracted to women, I've never been attracted to a man in my life, I'm not gay in the slightest. And I'm like, mate, I'm currently drooling over your cock. Your balls are pressed up against my chin. Do you really think I'd give a shit? What do you think the worst is going to happen if I were to find out that you are in fact a little bit gay? Do you think I'm just going to go, what? You're gay? Oh, God! Oh, it's fucking disgusting! Oh, that's not natural, mate! Hey, the Bible says Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. It's vile! I can't believe I just had a gay man's cock in my mouth. There's nothing gay about sucking another man's dick, is there, sir? No, there's not. There's nothing gay about sucking another man's dick. It's only gay if you spit. And there's nothing more gay than spitting out another man's semen because you don't like it. Ew, it's weird, I don't like it doesn't taste nice, it feels funny. So? What are you, a fag? You swallow that semen like a man. Look at your brother. He's finished his semen. He's licked his cake clean of semen. You don't hear him complaining. Why can't you be more like your brother? Right, that's it. You're not getting any dessert till you finish your semen. I'll be honest, I don't know where I'm going with that bit. But I quite like it. Thank you for being such a supportive audience. It's always good to have a supportive audience because I've always said that filming stand-up comedy is a lot like receiving anal sex. In the sense that not everyone can do it, and it is much easier with a nice supportive audience, so thank you.